What is up, guys? What is up, guys? Hope you guys are having a good Valentine's Day. Possibly, if you're watching this, you might be, you might not be, but hey. Instead of doing all of that lovey-dovey stuff, today we're gonna sit down and we're gonna solve some more crime in paper perjury. Real quick, I feel like I say this every single time we stream this, but my voice may be a little off because a little fact about me is I do a lot of D&D, and just last night we finished a 3-year-long campaign that I was running. Went pretty good, but because of that, with all the voices I had to do then, my throat is a little sore, but we'll get through it. Let's get started. I think this one, possibly, we're going to start going into the embezzlement. We are on case 3. We're at the halfway point of cases. Let's see what it brings us. Case 3. Magic and perjury? We get some magic tricks? March ? Azure City Police Precinct number 5, station offices. I don't know who this is, so please, I need just a little more time. Oh, her. Dude, I don't think I've ever had an actual, like, go-to voice for her. It's changed every time, so let's just throw one out there. I'm sorry, but this isn't up for debate. If the chief says it's closed, it's closed. But it's been long enough. We need you working elsewhere. Have you finished the case report on my desk by the end, or have the finished case report on my desk by the end of the day? Yes, ma'am. Ooh, was that Ernest? Possibly. April 28th, 8 a.m. Azure City Police Precinct number 5, station lobby. It's only my second week at this job, and I already feel like I'm aged 10 years. How could so much paperwork pile up so quickly? When I die, I hope I'm reborn into a paperwork-free life. That will never happen. Is this gonna be Ernest? Are you monologuing to yourself again? Nope, it's her again. Miss Earl, I'm ready for the new day. That's the spirit. I want to tell you, Sandra was finally released from the hospital. She's waiting in the interrogation room. As much as I would love to hear you do the job you were actually hired for, this is more important. Everyone else is already waiting, so get going. Yes, ma'am. Oh my god. April 24th, 8:07 a.m. Azure City Police Precinct number 5, interrogation room. Oh, we got her. Welcome to our little get-together, Miss Assistant. Sandra, this is Justine Smith, my assistant for this investigation. Nice to meet you, Miss Smith. Miss Yor already confessed to your involvement in the robbery, so we could skip over that. However, she also claimed that you believed that the e-banks were siphoning off money from the charity fund. Do you have any evidence for this alleged embezzlement? We're just getting right into it, apparently. I do. I keep all my records in my room behind the wallpaper. Unfortunately, we already checked there, and all we found was your passport and some unrelated documents. That's impossible. Someone must have taken it. We have reason to believe that Mr. Ebank may have taken something from your room. If you have proof, that's likely what he took. This is slanderous. You have no proof of any of these claims. It's clear she never had any evidence of this supposed embezzlement. You should drop this while you're ahead, Detective. Ha 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 ha! We're perfectly within our bounds to investigate these claims. If you intend to interfere, you can exit the room. Nothing more to say? Good. Dang. Shut her up real quick. Sandra, we need to get your official statement on those matters. I'll tell you everything I know. Are we gonna cross-examine her? We're just gonna right into it? Alright. I kept track of the donors to the Claus charity, as well as the accountant. After doing the math, roughly 25,000 alms? Miss, that isn't a word, miss. Alms, objection. Making up of money. This is not Monopoly. We're missing from the charity money. That money was redirected to a shell company called BG Turtles, LLC. If we didn't grab the media's attention, it would have gone completely unnoticed. Roughly 25,000. It's gone missing. Do you know why the money was missing? No. You know, BG Turtles, you know, that it's actually a shelter for turtles. Actually, the charity is funding an orphanage and a turtle rescue place, so I see no wrong here. They're just raising the next Ninja Turtles there, clearly. No, but I couldn't find any legitimate reasons for the money to have been transferred like that. I hope you realize, without any evidence, all we have here is your testimony. And your testimony doesn't exactly give us much to work off of. Haha. Nevertheless, we intend to investigate these claims. Whoa. You can't be serious. She's already proven herself as unreliable, and you're going to take her word on the matter? I'm going to find out the truth behind this, Miss Ebank. Surely you have no problem with that. With that, I believe we can conclude this little meeting. Then I will be leaving. Sandra, I'm afraid to say, as of now, you are officially terminated from your job. I know you've been through a lot, but we have no other choice. You can collect your things when this is over. Wait! She stormed off in a hurry. She teleported! Oh my god! They used that charity money to support teleportation techniques. We need to get to the bottom of that. This is the magic part of the case. I can't say I expected anything else. Embezzlement or not, I still committed a crime. I suppose I deserve this. If it means anything, I promise we will see this through to the end. We should go, Justina. I hate to just leave, but it's best we get going. Please tell me we're leaving the interrogation room with a sense of guilt. Oh, that's not the tone. Please tell me we're leaving the interrogation room with a sense of guilt. Is it normal? You should only feel guilty if you've done something wrong. We have nothing to be ashamed of. Sue will look after Sandra for now. We have a case to solve. We're just going back to their house? But we barely have anything to go on. How do we even investigate this? We're going to go investigate the Ninja Turtles at BG Turtles. They might be embezzling money there. If we couldn't find anything at the Ebing estate, that means the next best place is to look. The best place to look would be the orphanage itself. But if the orphanage was involved, doesn't that mean it's possible there was no embezzlement? Mr. Ebank could have been holding on to the money for safekeeping. What is that look? Are you trying to seduce me, detective? We'll have to keep an open mind. Either way, the orphanage should contain all the answers we need. So, are you ready to go? Yes, sir. Who are we gonna meet at the orphanage? Oh my god. This is the one character I can't get their voice down. Oh my god. What is a voice like an intern. Like a... Hold on just a minute, you two. Mister, what is it? If you're going to the orphanage, you better take a look at this first. How did you... Ha ha! She knows everything that goes on at the station. What do you have for us? Can you stop laughing? Sir, we're trying to solve a serious case. You understand that, right? Do you remember that vandalized car report from last month? Stop trying to seduce us, man. Of course I remember. That's a face of pure guilt, if I've ever seen one. On March 14th, the orphanage director was involved in a crash after the brakes on his car failed. Hold up. Are we now getting into a car crash? Solving a car crash? We went from theft, assault, possibly embezzlement to, oh wait, car crash? Hey, I'm interested. I'm in. Alright. Oh, right. That case. Wasn't Sophie assigned to that? She was. The landlady reported that the brakes in Bill's car were vandalized by an unknown person. I don't care. However, she never found the culprit. The director ended up asking for the charge to be dropped after we failed to turn anything up. Why didn't you help, detective? You think I do my job? I actually was just sitting in my office for the past couple of months, until you were here. Now I just throw all my work onto you. She was promoted earlier that month. It was her first big case. I wanted her to solve it on her own. She ended up dead. Wait, what? Otherwise, she would just think it was all me. I see. Poor Sophia. Who is this? Or is this the detective from earlier? The case might be closed, but it's a good reason to reach out to Bill. I suggest you keep the embezzlement to yourself until you can figure out what they know. Detective Swift and I will see what we can dig up on the BG Turtles in the meantime. Maybe I'll try to break into their place as pizza delivery people. They might believe it and give us all the juicy details. Shouldn't she be joining us? The car crash was her case. Alright, so it was Swift, okay. That's why she can't. The case is closed. You're not there to solve it. It's your cover. But still. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. Here's the case report. It should get you up to speed on things. Thanks for digging this up for us. All I did was find the file. If anyone asks you, you asked me to find it for you. Oh, and Justina, when you solve this case, take it easy on the drinking. I know what you and Sophie get up to after these cases. Hold up. Do we take after, Miss Ebank? Are we chugging whiskey? Are we chugging whiskey after cases? Going old detective, like noir cases, just gulping down shots, just... It's been rough these past couple of days. Solving assaults. Doing stuff that's not part of my job. Becoming a detective. It's so hard. You understand, right, Swift? Yes, I do. I can't do anything right. No, you can't. No. Every time, right after the case. How did you... Oh, forget it. So, are you two a thing? That's Sue for you. Ooh, new little, sprite. Now let's get going. It's impossible to keep anything a secret around here, not with her around. So, like, I keep on joking about, but like, oh, I lost track when I saw this image, but keeps on hitting. Maybe Swift and our character, or maybe they'll become a thing. I don't know. Oh, it's the if this itself is the orphanage, this just looks like a motel. Not complete honest. April 28th, 8:30 a.m. Claus Orphanage parking lot. I thought we were going to an orphanage. This looks like a motel. That's what I'm saying. What type of orphanage is this place? I thought they were donating like thousands of dollars, or not, like hundreds of thousands of dollars here. Used to be. E-Bank Investment helped convert the old motel into an orphanage a few years ago. Oh. At the time, it was the orphanage's only choice. So they took it. Before we go anymore, let's look at the case file. Oh, we still have the statement. So that all these people. Oh, Curry's no longer here. Okay. Let's get into this car accident. Let's see. 5 weeks ago, on March 14th, around 2 p.m., police were notified of a car accident at Claus Orphanage. Bill Claus, the orphanage director, crashed into a tree after a brake failure. Our investigation found that the brake had been purposely tampered with. Classifying the case as attempted homicide, a witness reported seeing an unknown suspect fleeing the scene around the time of the accident. However, our investigation failed to conclusively identify that culprit. Oh. So we have some attempted murder here. Is Bill Claus, I think I said this last time, is this the Santa Claus's orphanage? Mr. Claus here? Okay, we already know all that. We don't have anything, alright. You sure do know a lot about this place. Ha ha ha! The director and I go way back. I met him back in high school. Is it, or is the lore drop gonna be that he was actually an orphanage? He was an actual orphan here. That's why he knows the director, and he's so like connected to this case. But we can talk after. We can talk about that later. I'm gonna take a quick drink. Alright. But we can talk about that later. Let's head over to this office. Can we talk to you real quick? Sandra Lear. I'm still thinking about Sandra. Watching her get fired like that, it was rough. It was so cringe to watch that. What are you saying? Well, I certainly don't hold much respect for the E-Banks, but you could tell Miss E-Bank didn't want to do that. Yeah, she did cry at one, finding out Curry was... honestly, now I'm thinking about it, maybe they just suck at hiring people. They hired one guy who was, like, so dedicated, so maybe he was a very good employee, that he would assault a maid just to help them out. And then we have a maid that robbed them of $25,000 because they believe that they were embezzling money. I do believe that if there is embezzlement, that only the Mr. knows and the Mrs. doesn't. But if you were in their shoes, would you fire her? Yes. What a heartless man. No, I wouldn't. I would give her a second chance. What about you? I think I'd have to. She broke their trust, justified or not. You can't really recover from that. Well, all we can really do is solve this case, ensure her firing wasn't in vain. Yeah, we'll do it for Sandra. Alright, let's go to the director's office. Oh my god, it's very messy in here. What is this? He's just shredded up paper, threw it on the ground. Throwing case files all about. April 24th, 8:38 a.m. Claus Orphanage, director's office. Hello? Anyone home? Ernest, what are you doing here? Bill, good to see you. Let me introduce you to my assistant, Justina. This is Bill Claus, director of the Claus Orphanage. Santa Claus looks a lot more skinnier than I remember. And he doesn't have a beard. Bill, This is Justina, the newest member at the precinct. Nice to meet you. Congratulations on joining the force. Thanks. Do I seriously look like a police officer? But back on the topic, why are you here? Get an old friend to say hi. We're friends? You never come here just to say hi, Ernest. What do you want? What are you looking at on that board? I'm really busy. Like, look at my list. I have to breathe today, walk, throw some more files on my desk, breathe. I'm too busy to talk right now. You got me. I'm here about the accident last month. Whoever did catch the culprit, so I wanted to change that. Not this again. Look, Ernest, I already told the police to drop it. It's water under the bridge now. I'm not here as a police officer, but as a friend. Someone almost killed you. I'm not letting them get off scot-free. I'm kind of impressed at how he can lie about our... reset. I'm kind of impressed at how he can lie about our real reason. Then why wait a month? And he saw right through it. This isn't really my jurisdiction. I'm not supposed to be investigating this. I guess you could say that finally entered my loose cannon cop phase. Loose cannon cop phase? If I acted too quickly, the chief would throw the book at me. But he's likely forgotten about this case by now. Fine, whatever, I believe you. I really don't have much to say about the matter, but I'll tell you what I told the last detective. Statement. Oh, we learned that. We actually learned last case that, not all statements where we had to rebuttal. I had just gotten out of a meeting with the landlady when I headed out for my car. Meg was fixing it up for me. I didn't see her around, so I figured she was done. I had barely left the parking lot before the brakes failed, and I crashed. Thankfully, I was driving slowly, so I wasn't hurt badly. I was going 2 miles per hour. Can't say the same for my car, though. I haven't been able to drive it since. The accident, Bill had left the meeting with his landlady when the brakes in his car failed. He was uninjured. Meg? You mean your Meg was working on it? Yep. All those years late working with the landlady is paying off. Who's Meg? Who's Meg? When Bill says this whole place up, she was one of the first kids here. Never thought I'd see her all grown up. You know, she still doesn't want to go to college. She just wants to work in some mechanic shop. I keep telling her that that she's capable of more, but she won't listen. Let her live before she becomes old and crusty like us. Speak for yourself. I'm as strong as an ox. You could be too if you ever join me at the gym. If the gym ever gets robbed, I'll be there right away. Until then, a detective's job is never done. Right. Always with the excuse, Ernest. Well, since you're here, I suppose you could stay for a while. It's not much, but it is a home. Let's investigate. All the folders. Excuse the mess. I haven't had time to tidy things up. It's like a teenager's bedroom. Ugh. We could help you clean up. No. I'll get to it later. So, never. No comment. Let's see. Looks like the orphanage's ledger. Expenses for last month were 15,000 elms, and he paid them all on time. My dad learn a thing or two about keeping records. Records keeping. I'll write this down before I get caught snooping. Ledger of the orphanage, 50,000 elms. There's 25,000 that was stolen, right? 25 that, yep. Oh, she gotta like criticize another painting. This painting looks familiar. Oh, Sandra had the same painting in her room. Hey, Bill, where'd you get this? It was a gift from the E-Banks. It had some cheesy line attached to it. With hard work and diligence, anyone can soar to great heights. Precisely priceless coming from a family born from wealth. It's like someone stuffed with food, wondering how anyone could go hungry. As tone deaf as it may seem, it's inspired for the kids. I, for one, would like to think we can live in a world where that's true. I guess that explains why it's mass-produced. Maybe Sandra keeps it hanging in her room for the same reason. TV! That's a nice-looking TV. It was part of the motel before we moved in. There was one just like it in every room. Must be tough getting the kids to focus on homework with all those TVs around. Probably playing some like Minecraft or something on there. That's what I thought. But all that's on them if it's public access in the news. Turns out the landlady's family never paid for more than the most basic cable package. I feel bad for them. Notes. Got a lot of sticky notes here. They're called sticky notes for a reason. He's been stuck to them for his entire life. It's a small price to pay in order to keep track of everything. Got a receipt here from last month. Talk about organized. I don't remember the last time I kept a receipt for something. Whenever Meg and I ordered anything, I kept the receipts for at least 3 months. Looks like she ordered brakes at 1:15 p.m. on the day of the accident. Better write that down. Oh? Car brakes purchased at 1:15 p.m. on the day of the accident at a local auto parts store. Was this before or after? If it was before, this is a little sus. But if it was after, then it just seems like she's nice. Leaving trash on the floor. Even my teenager room was cleaner than this. Wait, what's this? Red line insurance? Just throwing it in the trash can. It's worthless. Isn't insurance important? It's who I get my car insurance from. That they refused my claim for repairs after the crash. Why? It's not your fault. Try telling them that. They used every trick in the book to make it seem like I was irresponsible. So I gave up. I have kids to take care of and other life obligations. I don't have time to fight a claim like this. But you shouldn't have given up. It's your car. Unfortunately, that's how they get you. Wear you down until it's too much of a hassle to keep going. The people at the red line might as well be running an organized crime ring. Doesn't matter anyways. I was able to get the money together to repair the car myself. I feel bad for Bill. I hope we can settle this soon. I should keep a note of this letter. Letter from Bill's insurance company, disputing his claim for damages on his car. And then chair. Hey, it's a spinny chair! I love spinny going round and round on spinny chairs. We have some in the office, but this one looks way more cozy. If you have to sit in a chair all day, you need something good to spurt your back. This was the best investment in my life. Hey, detective, you think Sue could get us these chairs? I think that would require you to stay at your desk for more than an hour. Well, it was worth a shot. Alright, let's talk to him. Oh my god. Oh, statement, okay. Orphanage location. I wanted to ask, why open an orphanage in a motel? It's so unusual. It is, but it is an important location. It's worth a walking distance of both, or it's within walking distance of both the White House Academy and the Church of the First Lotus. Providing a good academic and spiritual education took priority over everything else. Whitehall Academy? It's a pretty prestige school, the best one in the city. It admits all grades. Plus, it's free for anyone who passes the rigorous entrance exam. And all the children here go there? Yep, I created the orphanage specifically for the children who could attend Whitehall. When I meet brilliant children like Megan, I wanted to provide that opportunity for them. Any child with the aptitude could come and stay here. Why set up an orphanage just to just to be close to a school? Can't the kids just live wherever and still go to Whitehall? In theory, yes. In practice, no. Before coming here, some of the kids lived over an hour away, excluding traffic. The time adds up, and most would rather go to a closer school. To them, school is school. Each one the same. But it's not. We're here to impact your whole... But it's not. Where you learn impacts your whole life. Bill speaks from experience. He lived outside the city, but still showed up early every day. It was like he slept in the school. Unlike you, who practically ran into class right before the bell rang. Every single day. Hey, I still got perfect attendance. But if anyone knows the importance of short commute, it'd be him. It may seem small, but these kids, it gives them the time I wish I had. If any case, this was the only place I could get, so I buckled down and got it. It might have seemed crazy at the time, but we made it work. The landlady could give you more details. She's in her office today. She's in a meeting right now, but knowing you won't let that stop you. When you went ahead there, Miss Assistant, let me know. Oh my god! We have a lot to talk about. Meg's ambition. Why are you so against Meg being a mechanic? Sounds to me like she found her passion in life. She's capable of so much more. Her grades prove it. She could attend the best college in the city. But instead, she just wants to work on cars all day. She only found her passion because of his chance you gave her. Isn't that a success? You know, my parents were pretty adamant that I go to art school when I graduated. They're both artists, so it made sense to them. They thought I had a lot of potential for it. I didn't want to disappoint them, so I did it. I like art, I learned a lot, but ultimately, it wasn't for me. And now, all I have to show for it is a degree I'll never use. And my actual job is the furthest thing from art you can get. If you push Meg to go to college for something she doesn't have any drive for, she'll just be wasting her time. Time she could be spending pursuing her true dream. I suppose you have a point. I'll give it some thought. Dropping the case. Why did you ask the police to drop the case? Don't you want us to catch the person who caused it? To tell you the truth, I already know who did it. You do? I thought. Bill, if Swift says the kid didn't do it, he didn't do it. Hold on. What kid? Just some kid from the area. He went to the school with Meg and graduated last year. When rumor went around about the crash, he took credit for the thing. And you're the only one and you're only saying this now? Why wouldn't you want him arrested? Detective Swift had already looked into him. He's nothing more than a graffiti artist. If he says he did it, he did it. But nonetheless, a lot of employers turn people down for a criminal record, no matter how small. I don't want to ruin the kid's life. If he didn't actually do it, then why take credit for it? How about we find out? Stuff he wrote down where he hangs out. Let's go pay him a visit. Whitehall Academy. I didn't know that so many kids were capable of going to such a fancy school. Wait, let's see. Whitehall. Hogwarts. Oh my god, this is where the magic comes in this kid. I certainly couldn't. My childhood was spent struggling for a passing grade. There's a lot of children that, because of their circumstances, can't live up to their true potential. Orphan children in particular are pretty vulnerable to being ignored by the system. People don't think much about education for these kids. They think all they need to do is wait until they are adopted, thinking little about what happens if they aren't. That's why I fight against being a traditional orphanage. I want to break that stereotype. They all deserve a bright future, and I intend to give it to them. Now I feel bad for the kids who can't make it in. You're not alone, but Whitehall thankfully offers tests for all grades year-round. So if they fail once, they can always try again next year, or next time. The Claus Orphanage might seem strange, but there are a few places with such lofty goals. I hope one day this place becomes the standard, not the exception. I hope so too. No wonder he was upset about the robbery. This place means a lot to him. And church? I forgot the Church of First Lotus was near here. My parents often used to take me there when I was younger. Getting the kids to attend it is the hardest part. Most of them try to avoid coming if they can. I say let them choose if they want to or not. You're wasting your time if you force them. Are you not religious, sir? Religion and I don't get along. I respect Errol faithful, but you won't see me step inside a church willingly. You'll have to pull me. I'll be clawing out the floor to get away. The gods can afford having one less faithful among us. Wow, he's getting very religious. You shouldn't say that. Your next life might be a flower or a bee if you're not careful. Ernest never joined us at the church when we were younger. Even if he starts now, the best he'll get is a fish. I'll take my chances. Just promise me that if you see a handsome fish in your next life, you won't eat it. No, I will go straight for it. No, if I see a handsome fish, that means it's healthy. No, I'm going straight for it. I am eating that fish. And that's it. Okay. Well, before we get into his thing, we have a couple of places to go to. Maybe we could talk to him real quick about the guy. Yep, Bill Claus. You and Bill seem pretty close. Do you come to see him often? From time to time, when I get the chance. We're not as close as we used to be. One of the things about being old is that you see your friends less. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I met up with my old friends from high school. Maybe I should get together with them again. In any case, how come you never decided to help solve this case sooner? You seem like the type of guy to move mountains for your friends. I think part of me just forgot it was a crime. To me, it was an accident. Bill walked away from his car alive, and that's what matters most. Remember, this is Detective Swift's case to solve, not ours. Like Sue told us before, this is just our cover. Cover or not, I can't just leave this unsolved. Maybe I could talk to Sophie. We're gonna solve the car accident, seems like. Let's see the landlady. April 24th, Claus Orphanage, landlady's office. This is quite the office, yeah. Are we in, like, Sherlock Holmes? Like, oh, wait. I said Sherlock Holmes. I lied. I think we're getting to the magical part. I see a top hat, and that looks like a little magician's cabinet. It looks like little cups for magic tricks. And cards. Are we gonna get a magician? I don't know what she looks like yet, so, it's you two again. Oh, it's her? Wait, Ferris? What are you doing here? My husband and I want to make sure our relationship with the Claus Orphanage remains intact. Miss, I swear... Miss, you shouldn't be drinking whiskey, especially in an orphanage. What if a kid steals that and starts getting drunk off it? We're not going to stand around while you drag our company's name through the mud. You can even... Oh. What voice am I gonna give her? You can even say, alright, this is gonna be kind of Swift's voice, but I'm hoping Swift isn't gonna be here. Some of the voices are gonna sound very similar. You could even say that they want to make our company disappear. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wondrous office of the world's greatest illusionist, Maggie Shaw. Hang on. Your office? You're the landlady? Jeez, not at all what I expected. Got a little jig. Sure I am! Now pick a card! I hate to ruin... oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to go between that voice and others. I hate to ruin the magic, but her real name is Anna Card. Her parents owned the motel before the orphanage was set up. Ferris, I told you not to call me by my stage name. Anna's Card because magic, yeah. I spent a whole night coming up with that. It's nice to meet you, Maggie. Sean, world's greatest illusionist. I'm Justina Smith, world's greatest police clerk. Haha! I knew you were a cop. My magical intuition told me so. Police clerk isn't. My magical intuition also says you're here to talk about some kind of embezzlement claim? Impressive. Your magical intuition is right again. I told that Maggie! You know, this office at second thought, Anna is fine for now. Right. As I was saying, I told Annie about it. If there were any bad apples here, she should, well, know. In that case, what can you tell us about the charity? Well, I can give you the basic rundown. More statements. E-Bank Investment raises money for the orphanage each year in accordance with national charity standards. Any money raised by the Claus charity can be used directly for the orphanage. Each year, an audit takes place to ensure money is properly handled. Over the past 5 years, we've raised money for money. We haven't failed a single audit. By clause, charity can only be used to pay for orphanage expenses. Both parties have passed every audit. You lawyers sure know how to say very little with a lot of words. Anything more would be against the interests of the E-Bank investments. Say, Annie, have you ever heard of BG Turtles? If you pick a card, I'll tell you. We know nothing about that, I assure you. Stop ruining my tricks! Oh well, it was worth asking. Since we're here, do you mind if we ask about the car crash last month? Oh, that? I thought Bill decided to drop it. We're here to investigate that matter as well. Seems like a waste of time, but whatever. What do you want to know? Do you want to know what card this is? Oh my god, that was my card. Wait. That's my insurance card. How'd you get that? A magician never reveals her tricks. Can you tell us where you were before the crash? Sure thing. I had a meeting with Bill around 1:30 p.m. that day. We took a break about 10 minutes later, and I showed off one of my tricks. We finished around 1:50 p.m., and that's when Bill headed out. I saw someone running away from the building then, but I couldn't make out who it was. Then, moments later, like magic, boom! Bill crashed his car. We're in a magic trick for Bill at 1:40 p.m. Thank you, Anna. Do you know if we looked around a bit? Excuse me, but we're in a meeting right now. Perfect. You can keep talking while we look around. I don't mind. I got nothing to hide. Just don't go around trying to figure out my magic secrets. My magic never reveals those. We can still talk to them, though. Alright, tapes. Looks like a box of videotapes. That's where I store the recordings of different magic tricks. I thought you were in a meeting. I thought you weren't going to talk to us. I like to watch famous magicians perform tricks, so I can study how they do it. It's like playing a detective, watching the video over and over until I figured it out. Watching a video again and again sounds like the worst type of detective work. Magic is all about misdirection. It's really easy to make people focus on one hand while you do something else with the other. Once you swap the sleight of hand, you feel like a genius. If Detective Hunt ever makes me do this, I'm going back to management. Boxes. What's in all these boxes? Oh, those? Those are some car parts I'm saving for Meg. Her birthday's coming up, so I got her some parts to upgrade her ride. Aren't car parts a bit of a strange gift? Not to Meg. Her car means everything to her. She got an old rust bucket of a car for free and turned it into her biggest project yet. Over the years, she managed to completely rebuild it. It went from not running at all to running better than my own car. She's finally been able to drive it for the first time about 2 weeks ago. There's nothing I could get her that she'd like more. Speaking of Meg, is she here today? Yeah, she's still working on Bill's car. What do you mean? Hold up. Alright, they're gonna probably explain this, but in my head I'm like, she's been replacing brakes for a month now? I thought she was like a mechanic. If she can't replace it that time... Oh, wait, no. It's not just brakes. I lied. I forgot. He actually got in an accident. She's been fixing it up here in her free time since the accident. She's still missing some parts that Bill has to order, but she's been working on everything else in the meantime. If you want to see her, she's in the garage. Sure, I'd love to meet her. I better write that down. Or better write down what she said. According to Miss Card, Meg finished rebuilding her new car 2 weeks ago on April 10th. Parts and tire much of the process. I remember these magic tricks. I saw them all the time as a kid. They're pretty simple, but the kids still love them. It never hurts to practice the basics. Want to see one? Maybe after we finish the case. Window. What a quaint little window. Whose car is that? That would be mine. That's yours? But it's so modest. You look outside, it's just a complete rust bucket. I figured you'd drive around some kind of expensive sports car or a 5-mile long limo. Why would you like reasonably drive around a limo, even if you're rich? That's like the most impractical thing, unless you have like a chauffeur or something like that. Do you also think I swim in a pool of gold in my free time? Well, never mind. Did you actually... Justina. Well, whatever. I'll write this down anyways. Quaint little window in Lanley's office. Near the door is a decent view of the motel, including the garage. Oh. Probably like how she like witnesses it and all that. I see you're interested in my magic box. It's part of my grand trick I'm unveiling at my next show. What kind of trick? If you take a card, I might say... The artist starts off with his hands free, but suddenly they're tied up. She then steps in while tied up in a rope and walks out completely free. What? I want to see. Stop spoiling the fun. Is there gonna be a rabbit that comes out of her hat? That's the last time I show you a trick ahead of time. Don't blame me. Blame yourself. But I want to see the trick now. Still, you must be pretty excited about that show. I am. It's always been a dream to go on tour with my magic. Oh, but this is just a local show. With all my responsibilities here at the orphanage, I can't really up and leave when I want to. So I consider this show to be like a practice run. Let's see. You wouldn't know it. Wait, let's see. You wouldn't know it, but looking at it, but there seems to be some wheels underneath. I can move it around pretty easy like this. Looks like the back of the cabinet is loose. I think she can go through there. What are you doing? You're ruining the magic! A detective can leave any stone unturned, Miss Assistant. Can't leave. Oh well, too late now. Might as well add it to the evidence. How's the magic cabinet gonna come into play? There's a hidden door. Cards. So what sort of tricks do you use these cards for? They're a special one I like to play with the kids. We play poker. I make their lunch money disappear. I don't know if you should do that. It's a little mean. Just stealing lunch money of orphan children. You gamble with the kids? Only kidding. We just play every Friday for fun. No money involved. I'm just kidding. She's slowly slipping like $40 worth of orphan kids' lunch money in her back pocket. I'm just kidding. It's the one day of the week they get to learn some real-life skills. After all, if you know how to read a face, you can take on the world. That's a unique life skill. Alright, can we actually talk to her? Yes, we can. Oh, we're choosing between them. How are things back at the estate? Must be different with Oliver and Sandra gone. Our home is shaken, but we are recovering. We've already started the search for their replacements. In fact, my husband and I have already found a prospective new chef. We plan to interview them tomorrow. I see. How about fee? That must be quite the adjustment for her. You have no business to discuss my daughter. I guess she's still upset with me. Bill's audit. You brought up before that Bill passed every audit? Do you happen to have proof of that? That kind of information is on a need-to-know basis. You need to pass a background. Well, I can tell you that he always pays his rent on time. Always from the orphanage account. Never a penny short. Here, I can show you. Anna, you don't just give out information like that. I'm just trying to help. Don't listen to her. Your help is appreciated. Well, it certainly does make our lives easier. If this is the sort of thing Ferris wants to hide from us, it has to be important. Better write down. According to Anna, all orphanage rent payment in the past month were paid on time. Sweet. Alright. I'm not going to go over any statements quite yet until I get all of the information. Then I'll go back. The only thing I might do is question her on the car stuff because of the brakes. I don't know if that means, like, it's impossible that she could have done the magic trick. Fuck. And a card. Alright. Magical origins. So tell me, what got you into magic? Poker, of course! Poker. I'm a crippling gambling addict. I can't help it. I have to gamble everything. I gamble all of the the orphanage's money away. I can't help it. I can't help. Calm down, miss. We all have our problems. Yeah, I used to play with my family back in the day. Once they left, I didn't have anyone to play with till the kids came. So, I taught them all how to play one night, and now it's tradition. Then, one night, I decided to show them a card trick my dad taught them, and it was a hit. They kept begging me to show them more tricks, so I learned more. That's how I fell in love with the art, and stage magic was naturally the evolution. I like the little card, little thing. Little sprite. So naturally, I got to see one of her tricks with Bill once. And she blew my socks off. So what kind of magic can you do? I do plenty, but sleight of hand is my favorite. Care for a demonstration? I don't know. Card tricks seem a bit too childish. Hey! A lot of work goes into those tricks, you know? Relax, Anna. You can't please everyone. Sorry, I didn't mean anything against you by it. I just don't really get it personally. I only get art. Bill Claus. What's your relationship with Bill like? In a professional sense, he's a great tenant. I'd never had any problems with him. He's always paid rent on time, and he covers the maintenance. In return, his rent is dirt cheap. You won't find a better deal anywhere else in the city. Lucky Bill. My landlord just raised my rent again. Jeez. In a personal sense, I'd consider him a good friend. He always runs by his plans for the orphanage with me. I show him my latest tricks. Plus, having him around me means I get to play with the kids. If it wasn't for Bill, I would have sold this place off a long time ago. Sounds like they have a pretty good relationship. I heard Bill's side of it, but why rent this motel to an orphanage? It's pretty simple, really. My family left me in charge of this place around 7 years ago. We all know it wasn't going to last. Nobody really wanted a cheap room in this bustling city anymore. Then land prices went up and property taxes along with it. I just couldn't afford to keep this place any longer. So after 2 years, I was desperately looking for a way out. That's when I met Bill. Bill came to an e-bank investment looking for a property for an orphanage. However, he couldn't afford to buy anything outright. We drafted an agreement where Anna would keep ownership of the motel, but with the Claus orphanage as the exclusive re-enter. Huh. So only the Claus orphanage can rent there. So as long as they keep paying rent, the Claus orphanage can stay. Anu's right. I drafted the lease myself. It's more solid than liquid ginger in a nettle tea. I don't get it. I actually have a copy of the lease here. You can take a look at it. Lease agreement between be evicted except for unpaid rent. Okay. I want to quickly... Oh, we have so much evidence already. I need to remember all that, I'm gonna be honest. Or honestly, I'll probably do this again. When we stream this again before, because we're probably not gonna do the trial today, but... Letter statement. 25,000 elms transferred from the charity fund. Shell Corporation has gone missing. Back. Being with his landlord when brakes on his car failed. Paid for on time. I don't know if that would be against her thing. I'd have to look. Or I might wait. A letter from Bill's insurance company disputing his claim for damages on his car. Any money raised by can only be used to pay for orphanage expenses. Both parties have passed every audit. And it claims that she performed a magic trick for Bill at 1:45 p.m. So she saw someone run away right before the crash. According to Miss Card, Meg finished rebuilding her new car 2 weeks ago on April 10th. Miss Card provided her with the parts and taught her much of the process. Oh, wait. Oh, so Miss Card... Wait. Oh, so Miss Card, like... So she taught, Meg how to actually, like... do mechanical stuff? Okay, okay. Wait, little window on the land I use. I think this could be very important when we go into, like, the testimony of her, like, seeing someone run away from the car. Because I think we're gonna get more into that. I think that's gonna be the whole, like, this case. Cabinet used for all the magic trick. The back of the cabinet has a hidden door to allow it to be moved easily. Is this gonna be somehow related to the disassemble or, like, cutting the brakes? Like, oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I have already solved the case of the accident. I don't know the motive, but hear me out, guys. I don't know how this connected in my mind. The magic trick, right? They do the magic trick in her room as a meeting. The magic trick is the cabinet. The cabinet, hear me out, is against the window because it can be moved around. Then she goes out the back of the cabinet through the window that goes into the parking lot, cuts the brakes, and then comes back through the cabinet, or like through the door, however she finishes the magic trick. And that is how she did this crime. I think I might be a genius. Honestly, after going through all this, I think that might be a possibility. According to Anna, all of the orphanage rent payments in the past month were paid on time. Convicted except unpaid rent. There's no reason why she would want like him to not be able to pay off the car and not being able to pay rent and then evict him, right? I don't think there'd be any reason for that. Okay, well, let's get to garage or alleyway. Let's do the kid first. Now, who's graffitiing this art? There's no, like, tags or anything. Who's putting a cake and pie and croissants? This is the most PG graffiti artist around. Looks like no one's here at the moment. I should go exploring other areas more and come back here later. Oh, I can't even investigate? Oh, dang. Garage, I guess. Ooh, got a little mechanic area. April 24th, 9:56 a.m. Claus Orphanage, garage. We're gonna meet a new character, so beforehand, of course, I'm gonna drink water. So, this is the garage, huh? It doubles as the maintenance room. I wonder if Meg's here. Hey, Ernest! What you doing here? Just here to check up on Bill. I wanted to know if his recovery was going well. Oh, I got myself an assistant since the last time I was here. This is Justine Smith, my very own protege. By protege, he means I have to lug around all the evidence and drive him everywhere. That, my dear student, is how you learn. Nice to meet. Oh no, I can't do it. Nice to meet you, Justina. I'm Megan Kaneki, but you can just call me Meg. Pleasure to meet you, Meg. You work here? Yep, I do all the maintenance here, though at the moment I've been preoccupied with Bill's car. I'm a mechanic too, you know. Seem a little young to be a mechanic. I'm perfectly old enough. I just turned 18. I just got a lot of talent. I even made this helmet myself. Oh, that's cool. What you think? Cool, huh? Hold on. Aren't those supposed to cover your entire face? Hey, it's still a work in progress. It looks great to me. Anyways, while we're here, we wanted to see if you could finally solve the mystery behind Bill's accident. I really don't think you should worry about it. It was just a harmless prank after all. Harmless? Bill could have died. I don't think it was meant to be that serious. What do you mean? Well, kids here get bullied a lot. So I think it was just someone who wanted to mess with us and got a little carried away. I don't think any good is gonna come out of making a big deal out of it. It's better just let it go. I understand how you feel, but Bill's my friend. Intentional or not, he could have gotten really hurt. I'm not gonna rest until I solve it. Hang on, isn't this just our cover story? Why is he so into this all of a sudden? Well, whatever. I'll just go along with it for now. All we want to know is what happened that day. Can you tell us where you were? Alright, I don't have much to say. I was working on Bill's car the day of the crash, just fine-tuning some things. I didn't notice any major issues, so I went on break at 1:45 p.m. By the time I got back, Bill was already in the car and he took off. He had an issue with the brakes, and next thing I know, he had crashed into a tree. I made sure Bill was safe. I couldn't say the same for his car, though. It was in pretty bad shape. I've been working on fixing it up, just waiting on a few more parts. She'll be good as new. Wait a minute. We were told that you already finished it. So the culprit must have tampered with the brakes during your break. Brake, brakes, brake. Brake, brake, brakes. I feel like I will be saying those words a lot today. Yeah, my break is 15 minutes long, so that would have been plenty of time to pull it off. Still, that suggests to me that this was planned. Someone waited until they knew there wouldn't be anyone around the car. That would also mean the culprit must have known the hours you work. Who knows about your schedule? I mean, it's not much of a secret. All the kids know, and so do Bill and Anna. I honestly think it's Annie. Let's see. I also do part-time work at a mechanic shop. My coworkers there know my schedule here as well. I can't believe she's doing so much at 18. I could barely handle this one job, and I'm 4 years older than her. This isn't like, or it doesn't seem like we'll be able to narrow it down with just that then. Say, Meg, do you mind if we poke around here for a bit? I'm giving him a southern accent now. I don't mind, but the accent was a month ago. I'm not really sure what you expect to find. Ooh, there's a lot. Car. What an interesting car. I take it this is Bill's car? Sure is. I'll have it fully repaired and back to its fully glory soon. I'm glad. Gotta do the ha-ha laugh. I'm glad you kept the original paint color. Still yellow as ever. This thing always takes me back. Bill and I used to ride this baby for miles. I don't understand why you want a yellow car. It's hideous. What did yellow cars ever do to you? I never cared what's on the outside. It's the internals that matter to me. A good engine is what makes a car. And the engine is the one thing. And the engine on this one is a thing of beauty. They don't make them like this anymore. Still, this car looks great. I'd never be able to tell it got into a wreck. You did a great job repairing it. What's left to do? Just waiting on a few more parts to come in. Bill already paid me for all the work. His car is a classic, so it needs special parts that are hard to get. It's hard to find a good deal, plus the parts take forever to show up. I'll write this down. Anyone that was involved in the accident has a rare model part, or are expensive and difficult. Now that makes me think that, like, she purposely, like, crashed the car so they couldn't pay rent, so they could kick him out. But why would she want to kick him out? I don't know. Look. Well, we're gonna continue this investigation next time, because we're a little over an hour. And I feel like we're about halfway through the investigation. So I think we're gonna continue the stream Monday. It's gonna be like about around the same hours, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Have a good rest of your Valentine's Day. And we'll continue this investigation and talking to Meg next time. Have a good one.